Hey, how's it going, guys? Time for today's YouTube recap. I'm going to go over what I posted here on StockTwits as well as the community tab on YouTube, and then we'll get into today's actual order flow. So, starting the day off here, I just posted this. To the left, pictured right here, is the private recap that I do every day. For room members, I upload it to the site, and we're talking about what to expect in this overnight session. And you can see from the drawings here, I expected a pull up over the slower distribution. Um, if these footprint charts are completely new to you, I have a quick video pinned to the home of the YouTube channel that explains what you're looking at. But essentially, we're looking at transacted volume. So this high volume area right here, you can tell from the nodes, is just a volume distribution. Up here, we have another one. And what I was saying was we're likely to pull up this trapped volume. Now that we're over it, provide a floor where we come to this higher distribution and they provide a ceiling, right? And this is as of 6:30 this morning, so you could see that's exactly what happened during the overnight session, just using simple tricks that we look at on the order flow. So from there, I believe I started with the daily plan. Yep. So creating a daily plan, step one, checking out the overnight TPO. That's always my first step when I create my daily plans. I love using TPO charts because they're just easy to read, right? It doesn't look it if you don't know what you're looking at. They could look intimidating because all the letters and things, but they're super easy to learn. And once you do learn what you're looking at, you really just take a glance and you could get a whole bunch of things such as mainly market sentiment, but are we creating balance? Are we cleaning up structure? Are we trading out of balance? A whole bunch of things. I have them listed over here. Yeah. So I always start with the overnight TPO, and I'll just go, and the same way you see here, these annotations, I'll annotate what I'm seeing in the TPO and I'll send it to the room. From there, I come here to the 4 hour, and it's much of the same thing. I try to dissect the order flow as well as I can, and I send these annotated screenshots in the Discord server. So it's always, for me at least, TPO, 4 hour chart, and then I go to the daily chart and do the exact same thing, right? So we understand where market participants are located, or do we have an aggressive bid, an aggressive offer, a whole bunch of things like this that we can then use to create our daily plans and trade off of, right? And I just wanted to say Apex is a prop firm that I've tested out. People in the room know this, but I was talking about ways that we can minimize our risk exposure in the markets. One of them is prop firms, right? Instead of using your capital, as you can see here, you could use their capital. So they have a sale going on right now that they extended. It was for like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and I think it's to the 5th of December. So if you use the code that you have over here, I'll leave a link in the description as well for the code, but you get 80% off of their evaluation accounts. So for about like $33 and change, you could take an evaluation account for a $50,000 account. Granted, if you pass, then you get a $50,000 account that you could then trade rather than using your own capital, right? And for 33 bucks, even if if you're someone who's learning, still maybe not profitable, I'm sure chances are you're probably losing more than $33 a month. And even if you are profitable, not everybody has a $50,000 account or is comfortable risking the amount of money that you can when it's not your money. But so Apex is the only one prop firm that I've tried in futures. I used to trade for props or a prop when I traded equities, but a few people were asking me. I checked out Apex. I passed the evaluation. I made sure that I could withdraw money. Absolutely no problems with them. They're super helpful. So if you're interested in that, I do have a link in the description. Right, we went over that. And this was today's daily plan. So we'll actually take a look at the order flow, as I said, on a 30-minute chart. But the first buy zone, we saw in the order flow that it was getting front ran, so I took it long as well as another member. I took it from, where was it, 64, right? Yeah, and then we actually had a member who got a better entry than I did, and they got it from 63.5. Right, so after I took that trade, I was done for the day. Whenever I go green on the day, I always make sure I never go red. So chances are, most of the time, I will not take another trade. If I do, it will be super sized down just to make sure that I won't go red on the day. But as I said, first buy zone provided a 20-point bounce or so. Obviously, if you're trading the mini, that's $1,000 a contract. And then the second buy zone, as of when I posted, it was 10 points, but now it is, well, let's just pull up the charts, right? So here's the second buy zone, and we could see, oh, 41 to about 60-ish, and if I look at a smaller time frame, we did hit 61. So, you know, another 20 points off this. So let's take a look at our 30-minute. What does it mean that we knew that our first buy zone was being front ran? So we like to look at our higher time frames, not a 30-minute how we're looking at here. I like to use 4 hours and dailies, right? That's, as you guys just saw, how I create my daily plans. And what we saw into here was on our higher time frames, we had a nice bid. Not only that, but you could actually see here on the 30-minute that we have exhaustion towards the lows, right? 1,100 contracts, 742 contracts, you know, 400, not even 200 contracts done over here. And when we compare that to over here, you know, 5,500 contracts, 9,200 contracts, 84, 81, 98, much less, right, amount of transactions down here. That's what exhaustion looks like on the tape. These are footprint charts. I call it tape. I know some people call it the DOM tape or time and sales tape. When I say tape, I'm talking about the footprint. So there was that trade. We took it. And then there was another trade over here, and I think you guys could see much of the same thing. Exhaustion at the lows, right? Not even 200 contracts again transacted over there. 7,300, 6,500, all of that, and pretty smooth, right? So what are we looking at right here? This candle obviously closes right here, and when this candle closes here, let me clean this up a little bit. When that candle closes here, we have trapped volume, and you see in this following candle opens just quick wick down. And what is this? This is this trapped volume, as I like to say in the room. They're thanking the heavens that they could get out as close to or at their break even. And what happens here, we see it all the time, is this trapped volume will provide a floor. In this instance, sometimes it's the ceiling, and then we explode off of it, right? We fill this low volume area. You see a lot of volume being done here, but once again, we close at the highs of this candle. Let me clean this up again, I'm sorry. We close at the highs of this candle, and in doing so, we trap this volume. Rinse and repeat, right? This is how the market works. Once this volume is trapped on this candle, we revisit them, and what? They provide a floor, and we see a zero print. We've spoken about zero prints pretty extensively over the course of the YouTube channel, but that is what we call like complete exhaustion. No one else is willing to transact up here. We are going to continue upwards, right? And what are we seeing early signs of? These sellers on these volume nodes are still active, and they're trying to move down on the tape. Very simple tricks that we could use, but you know, we're not looking at just one time frame of the 30-minute. We're also looking at 5-minute, even a clean candlestick charts I like to use. As I said already, the 4-hour daily and my TPO charts. So if you find value in this approach of trading, I'll leave a link to my website in the description as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next, or in the next market recap.